Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Jay. So if you're seeing this video, that means that I, by the grace of God, have made it to the end of my outpatient treatment program, and I'm ready to graduate because this video is a requirement of my graduation. Because I don't know how, but I lucked into making a 5 to 10 minute video, and let me just tell you, I am struggling hard right now. So when I first came into this program, I was definitely in a form of denial. I did not believe that I had a full-blown addiction. I knew that I had addictive tendencies. I knew that I had an addictive personality, but I thought that I had it under control. Now looking back, nothing was under control, and I'm surprised I didn't get caught sooner, to be completely honest. In August 2019, I ended up getting a D-dub, which preemptively got me into this program because I knew that the courts were going to make me take an assessment, and the assessment was going to say that I need treatment. So I took the initiative, and I went in and I got the assessment, and they said, yes, you do need an outpatient program. So I started this program, and I was definitely in a form of denial. I thought I had everything under control, which it just wasn't the case. I learned a lot in the first phase of treatment. Like, I realized that I not only have a problem with substance abuse, but I have a problem with, I don't know how to say this, like avoidance of my feelings. Avoid things that I know will hurt me, which goes hand in hand because you use because you want to avoid whatever feeling you're trying to escape from. But that's not always the case for me. I used to avoid any sort of like negative feeling whatsoever. If that meant isolating myself, like cutting people off and not talking to them, distancing myself from people, like I've always had a problem with that since I was little, which is not healthy. And I think that's when it all started. And then once I got older, I started experimenting with drugs, and I found that was a way to escape instead of running. What made me realize that I did have a problem was this one assignment we had in phase 1 of treatment. It was my phase 1, is we had to write a goodbye letter to our addiction, and I'm going to read that really quickly to you because this is when I wrote this, once I finished writing this, is when my eyes opened and I was like, holy shit, I have a problem and I need to like consciously fix this. It says, to my addiction, this is the end of the road and I am no longer a slave in your grasp, and this is where I say goodbye. I find it kind of ironic that I'm sitting here today writing this letter to you. From a young age, I've always despised the pain and destruction you leave behind in your path. I've seen it firsthand, the misery you cause, but back then I was too young to fully understand all that you were. I did, however, comprehend the detrimental effect you had on my family. What I couldn't understand was why my father chose you over us countless times. Unfortunately, I do now. When I first invited you into my life, it was all fun and games, or so I thought. You were always that one friend I could always count on for every occasion. You were there for me through all the ups and downs life had thrown at me. You were my best friend, my confidant, and at times my only friend. It wasn't until much later I saw your true colors, but by then, it was already too late. Somewhere down the line, without me realizing the dynamics have shifted, and now I was dependent on you. Everywhere I went and everything I did all revolved around you. I felt incomplete unless you were there. I couldn't sleep, have fun, or really do life without you. I did manage to hide you pretty well, or so I thought, from my family and friends. But the moment I realized your true intentions was when you took two of the most beautiful souls way before their time. In those moments, I seen you for what you really were, a disease, a monster, hell-bent on causing as much pain and destruction as you possibly could. That's when I decided the cycle stops with me. I will forever fight to not let you consume me in your path of destruction. This is goodbye. And that was within the first month I wrote this to my addiction. I have lost 2 very close friends this past year to this horrible disease, and I will not let it take me to. This is what first opened my eyes to my addiction. When I first started this program, my relationship with my family and friends was almost non-existent. And over the past 6 months, I have regained the trust of my family. I've regained the trust of some of my really good friends, non-using friends. Just people that cut me off because of my using. I've gotten those good people back into my life from being sober, and it's just another thing that pushes me to stay sober. Some of the big things that I have learned throughout my time in this treatment program is just how unmanageable my life was with my addiction and how much I wasn't in control when I really thought I was. Assertiveness and boundaries and how to implement them into my life. I've also learned how to be vulnerable and talk about my feelings instead of bottling things up. So throughout this program, I've basically learned how to be a normal functioning human in society without having to use drugs. Because when I was using drugs, I didn't know how to talk about my feelings. I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to be assertive. I didn't know how to set boundaries. I let people walk all over me. And what I've learned in this program is how to be assertive, how to set boundaries, how to stand up for myself, how to properly communicate how I'm feeling, or just learning how to stand up for myself. Like, I used to be the biggest pushover ever, and this program has helped me build self-confidence in myself and helped me build a sense of self-worth in myself, if that makes sense. Like, I had no self-worth when I came to this program. I hated myself. I hated everything about me. I hated everything. And now I truly love myself, and I love the direction that I'm going in my life. The program has changed my life, and I'm utterly grateful for Carolyn and Kelsey and everybody that was in my group. Like, I love all of you guys. Like I don't think I would have been able to do it if it wasn't with this specific group that I was with, you know? Like, I believe that everything happens for a reason, and I believe that my addiction had led me down this road for me to have all of you guys in my life, because every single one of you guys have changed my life tremendously. Like, you guys have no idea, and I will forever be thankful for you guys for that. And I'm nervous to move on with this next chapter of my life. Like, I'm really nervous because for the last 6 months, this has, like, been my routine. This has been my, like, what I go do, like, what I get excited to go deal with. And now it's over, and now comes the real work, and I'm ready for it. Hey, what's up, you guys? Thank you so much for sitting through this video and watching it. This has been my journey, and I only plan on going up from here. So, peace.